Infinite Thinking. Play the game of life differently. Part 1. My name is Job Baltes and welcome to this new video. I am on a mission to help as many people as possible to express themselves. That is why I make all my videos, that is why I'm writing my articles, and that is why I am engaged in social media in the first place, to document my journey and provide as much value as possible. After this, I think 2-part video, you will be able to know which type of game you're playing, identify what it is that you're playing for, and be more aware of the style you're playing in. You're always playing a game. It is either your own game or that of someone else. If you don't play in your own game, someone will hire you to play part in theirs. You have different type of games that you are a part of. You have different outcomes of games that you are a part of. And you have different intentions with playing your game. The kind of game you're playing. The kind of game you're playing can always be categorized in one of those two. The infinite or the finite game. Both have their charms, so let's explore them a bit. An infinite game. An infinite game is a game with both known and unknown players. The rules of the game keep on changing and can change. The goal of the game is to keep on playing. You can see running a country as an infinite game. It has known and unknown players. You don't know every citizen and you don't know every politician. The rules often change, and of course you want the country to be up and running all the time. There's no clear end on when it stops. There's no such thing as winning in an infinite game. You create, compound, and make it better, because the goal of the infinite game is to keep on playing, to keep the game running. Just like a relationship. Finite game. A finite game is a game with known players, fixed rules, and an agreed upon goal. For example, finishing a project. Finishing a project at work is like a game with an end, because there's a limited number of tasks that need to be done, and the game ends when the project is completed. The known player is you, who needs to finish it, and the agreed upon rule is the deadline set for the project. In a finite game, you win at the end when the thing you played for is completed. If you identify which game you're playing, you can manage your strategy or approach in a different way. You don't approach a one-night stand with an infinite game structure. Your goal is to get to her or him, whatever your preference, get them to bed, go wild, then go away and never see them again. That's not rude, that's just the meaning of a one-night stand. One night and it stands. If you're dating, you do not want to use the one-night stand mentality, playing with a finite structure. In dating, you could use an infinite structure. You don't know how long it's gonna last. The plan of the game is to keep it going. You can do what you want for the time being together, so there's no set rules. And you don't know when other players of the game are gonna be introduced, like parents or friends. The power of this theory is that you can change the approach to things by choosing the game you are playing in the things you do. In that way, you can shape things to the outcome that you want. For example, in my social presence, I am playing an infinite game. I have no set outcome, I just want to create and improve by keep uploading. If you're working with an SMMA agency, social media marketing agency, you have a strategy and a game plan for the time being with that agency. Then you're in a finite game. Get a clear vision on your approach. Is it an infinite game with both known and unknown players? The rules of the game that can consistently change with the goal of the game that you need to continue to play? Or is it a finite game with known players, fixed rules, and an agreed upon outcome? What I did when I became conscious of those two approaches, infinite and finite, is, you never guess, I started reflecting. I asked myself the question, which game am I playing in which parts of my life? In my case, I can relate it to the work I do and did. I am only doing things that I like to do at the moment, but my goal is to have financial and locational freedom. You should define for yourself what financial and locational freedom means in your terms, because I have my own definition to it. Coming back to the point, when I started comparing those two structures, infinite and finite, to the life I live with the work I have right now, I realized that every month I approached my work with a finite structure instead of an infinite perspective. A lot of my side jobs are on a location, and some of them still are. At the moment, I was spending more time on the side jobs on a location than I was with the jobs that are not on a location. Now, for example, I try to quit my locational jobs slowly and try to build more on my locational free jobs to make the transition to locational freedom. That is a process that is not completed yet and I'm still in, but by being conscious of that, it is something that I can work on right now with an infinite structure instead of a finite perspective. Change the approach to your goals by being conscious of your approach, finite or infinite. And your goals in the game so-called life is either bounded to wealth or status. But we will talk about that in the second part of this video. If you don't want to wait for the next video, you can click the link down below to my article where I already talk a bit about this topic. My article is called Redefine Your Game of Life. Also, I would say like, subscribe, and of course check out all the other links down below to my socials and the article as well, of course. And then I would say ciao and see you next time.